Hello everyone, welcome to yet another weekly analysis. For last week we executed properly and took money off of the market just as we planned. It is very important to understand that you know following your trading plan is the epitome of profitability on here. Right? That is the highest class of profitability. Right? It's the first stage rather of profitability, following your trading plan. So just as we planned on our journal, we executed the exact same way we've planned, and then we made almost 2% just off of last week's trade. Now, last week's trade, last week's trade was basically off of this level right here, and then bearish engulfing on the 4 hour time frame, and then we sold. Now, I remember when we said that last week, we said that, you know, even though the daily time frame, right, even though the daily time frame was supposed to get all the way to the 100% level, 100% Fibonacci level, which is right here, there is something, that will stop us, you know, even if this is the reason why we have to plan. Even if the market looks, like it's supposed to, move in the direction you want it to move, there has to be something that will tell you, all right, this may not let this happen. And that is what we ran into last week, right? I remember saying, if you want to know, you could check the last week's video. I remember saying that the 1.1600 level, this price right here, it is going to be a problem. I remember saying that it is going to be a problem for us to, blow right past it just like that, like it was never there. It is going to be a problem. Now, I was expecting to hold all the way to this level, the 100% level on the daily time frame, right? But I was also expecting to exit this trade the moment I get a bullish engulfing off of the 1 hour time frame. I wasn't going to wait for the 4 hour time frame to give me a bullish engulfing. No, no, no. The moment I get a bullish engulfing off of the 1 hour time frame, I'm closing partials. I say it again. The moment I get a bullish engulfing off the 1 hour time frame, I'm closing partials, just like so, right? This was the moment I closed my trade on Tuesday. On Tuesday, by 17:00, I closed my trade, and then I closed partials rather. And then when I closed partials, I kept on saying, reversal patterns. Now there's something I'm gonna say, like I've said before. The markets will tell you before it reverses. Before the market is about to make a move, before it's about to do certain things, it's going to tell you. The same thing happens with life, right? There's something you need to understand. True mastery is when you are able to apply what you've mastered with life. For example, before there is a natural disaster, before there is a typhoon, an earthquake, or whatever, there will be signs, right? There will be what? Signs. Before the Lord comes, there will be signs. So also, just like it's in the Bible, right? So also with trading, before the market reverses, before the market make a move, before they do before the market does something major, it is going to tell you, hey, I'm about to do this. These are the signs you should look for. Now, what are the signs of a reversal? We have what? Head and shoulders. We have what? Double tops and double bottoms. These are the signs of a reversal. Now, the moment I started to see, this head and shoulder form, I got out. I took all of my position out. I closed everything out. Now, what if after I had closed out, and this was the first first signal, first alarm, and then the market decided to, keep falling. Fine, no problem. That's the thing you have to understand right now, because it is I'm human just like you are, right? It hurts when the market, when you've closed and it keeps going in your direction. But the most important thing, like I said before in the introduction, following the training plan is the most important thing. I can sleep better at night knowing I've exited the trade because of my training plan, because of what I plan to do when I see certain things happen. I can sleep better at night knowing that, right? So I exited this trade because I started to see pattern, a reversal pattern form up. I closed everything. I closed all my position, and then just like we were expecting, we can see a reversal happening. You see what I'm saying to you? Just like we were expecting, we can see a reversal what happening, and so it's going up. Now, the plan for this week, and it may not even happen. Euro USD may not even give us an entry this week, but it is important to plan, because if you fail to plan, you've planned to fail. So Euro USD for this week, we're expecting Euro USD to go back to 1.17000. This price right here. Let me go on the daily time frame, right? We're expecting Euro USD to come back into this level right here again. This is what we're expecting to do. Nothing more, nothing less. We're not expecting to do anything different. This is where Euro USD is expected to come back into, and this is where we will sell off of. Nothing more, what? Nothing less. Now, when it does that, and we get an entry, and we start selling again, if I see a bullish engulfing of the 1 hour time frame again, I will close partials. But if I do not see a bullish engulfing of the 1 hour time frame, I will let it run all the way here, and then I will close partials without bullish engulfings or whatnot. Then I will close partials because I will be expecting the markets to give us a retracement into this level right here, into 1.16000, this price right here, to then keep on selling. The reason why we close partial, listen, it is a cardinal rule in trading to not give back what you've earned. It is a cardinal rule not to give back your profit. It is a sin. In trading, it's a sin. You do not give back your profit, right? Closing partials does not mean that you are scared. Moving stops to break even does not mean that you are scared, but moving stops to break even at the right time, now that is wise. You see what I'm saying to you? So after you've closed partials, after you've taken at least two, after your profit target has been hit about 2%, right? 2% and above, and then you take out 1%, and then you wait for the market to give another opportunity. Now the 1% that you've taken out around here, you will expect to use it again here, and then sell back down again. That's the plan. That's why we close partials. So now we're not actually risking our previous capital that we used to enter the trade. Now it is a winning trade. So the money we've made, the profits we've made and extracted from the market, that is what we're going to use to hedge into the next trade. That is what we're going to use for the next risk that we're about to open ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Open ourselves, into. So that is why we close partials, not because we're scared. We're not scared on here, but we have a plan that we must follow, right? Now the DXY, it's practically doing the same thing, but I have to show you something, right? On the DXY, we are expecting. I think the weekly time frame is about to give us, a little reversal, right? So a little pullback, sorry, not reversal, pullback. Now, if I take my Fibonacci from here, like so, from this level right here, the moment I see a red candle, I expect a reversal on I expect a reversal. So I bring up my Fibonacci to right, and then if you look, you will notice that this level right here is in confluence with our weekly level. The Fibonacci is in confluence with our weekly level, and if I keep on scrolling, you can see it's in confluence with our level. These levels were plotted even before I started making this video, right? These levels were plotted out, but moving forward on the weekly time frame, we can see that the golden zone is right here, right? And then on the daily time frame, we can see that we had a steep pullback into the golden zone last week, and then that is where the bounce was coming off of. Now we're expecting the same thing to happen again. We're expecting the same thing to happen again this week. We're expecting a steep pullback and then maybe a push next week. All right, or maybe a push next week. But for this week, we're expecting a pullback. So I'm folding my hands. I'm not doing anything. I'm not looking for another pair. I'm following. I'm trading I'm trading the Euro USD trend right now that is bearish. Now, the moment if the Euro USD gets all the way here, this is my overall take profit, right? The moment the Euro USD gets all the way here, I will be willing to look for another pair to trade into the overall take profit. You see what I'm saying to you? And that's how it is. And that's how we trade on here. It is very, very important to know that try your best to to remove excessive entries, from the market. Stop, or exposing yourselves to excessive risk. Stop over trading. That's one way to stop over trading, right? Stop over trading this month, right? We have one more week till the end of the month, right? And I've executed just 3 trades for this month. I've executed just 3 trades, right? One of them was on USD cut and I took a loss, and two of them were on Euro USD and I've taken profits, right? I haven't lost any Euro USD trades yet. That's why. Because my focus and every other thing, my being, my focus, my ambition, everything is focusing on Euro USD right now. Everything. I'm not looking at GBP NZD or Euro NZD or none of that nonsense, right? I'm focusing on one trend, one sell, one execution, one price. I go to bed at night and I'm dreaming of 1.17000. I go to bed at night and I'm dreaming of, okay, take profit at 1.16000. That is my essence right now. And when that is how you do it, for me, it may not work for you. Do you know what I mean? It may not work for you, but for me, if when I do it that way, I am, able to concentrate better. I'm able to extract more profits from the market better. My mind is clear. You see what I'm saying to you? So for this week, it is the same thing as last week. If you notice, we keep repeating the same thing every time. There is nothing different. We're not going to do anything different on here. There's nothing different. We're expecting what? A pullback into 1.17000 right here. And then we're expecting a pullback into 1.1700 right here. And then we're expecting, our first take profit to be here. If we get a bullish engulfing off the 1 hour time frame, we take partials immediately. If we start seeing heads and shoulders, double bottom, off of these time frames, the 1 hour or the 4 hour time frame, we close everything because the markets are about to what reverse and go back into our entry. We close everything just like so. We close everything. If that happens again, this happens again next week, we'll do the exact same thing we did last week next week, and that is how we build a profitable strategy. That is how we we build a trading plan with steady repetition. Trading is not about intellect. It is not about studiousness. It is about repetition. That's what it's about. If you keep repeating the right thing every time, trust me, over time, you will get used to it and you will be studious with it and you will be profitable with it. Keep repeating the same thing over time. There's no switching from one strategy to another. There is no switching from one time frame to another. This week you're using a 1 hour time frame for your execution. Next week you're using a 15 minutes for your execution. It is bad. Stick to one thing. The One Thing by Gary Keller. Stick to one thing, right? So please stick to one thing, right? So uh that will be all for this week. Have a great week. Have a great, weekend. Ciao, ciao.